Did you know that you are probably doing things to your dog every day that they hate, and yet you will never know? Because researchers have found that dogs have an incredible talent for being both loving and tolerant towards people they consider family, thanks to their genes. However, while very cute, them being incredible at being so tolerant is a bit problematic. It means it's very easy for us to do things to our dog that we think they like, when in reality, they hate it. But they hide it very well. It's an easy mistake to make. Keep watching to see if you do any of these things to your dog. 1. Dogs hate being picked up. Although your dog might be an exception, which I'll explain shortly. But before I do, I'll tell you why most dogs do not like being picked up and held. It is important to keep in mind that dogs are cursorial in nature. A cursorial animal prefers to run away from danger. They don't want to have to fight or bite. They only do that when they feel like they don't have another option. And when you pick up a dog, they can feel trapped. However, there are exceptions to this, and your dog might be one. They might like getting picked up and not feel trapped. Dogs are incredibly intelligent. They are amazing at reading human body language. In some studies, dogs do even better than toddlers at interpreting adult human body language. Some dogs can therefore tell if you are doing something because you are being affectionate. And if a dog loves you, they like getting attention from you. And so some dogs do like being picked up because they know the true meaning behind it. My dog Starbuck, however, is not one of those exceptions. He does not like being held, which is why if something is too tall for him to jump up into, I'll try to use a ramp so he can walk up rather than having to be picked up. 2. Dogs hate eye contact. But there is an exception to this. If a dog loves you and chooses to look at you in the eye like my dog Starbuck will with me, then they probably really like eye contact, and it is proof that they genuinely love you and trust you. But usually dogs hate it. That is because in the dog world, looking at another dog in the eye is usually considered rude and aggressive. They will avert their eyes with new dogs that they don't know to be polite. And dogs treat humans with that same respect. Take a look next time you meet a new dog. They will probably avert their eyes from you. That is why I try to avoid direct eye contact with a dog that I don't know. I don't want to intimidate them and be impolite. But it's not impolite when you make eye contact with a dog that loves you. They actually like it. Oxytocin, the love hormone, is released in both of you, which bonds you and your dog together. Which is why I will look at my dog Starbuck in the eye, because I like it and I know that he likes it. 3. Dogs hate being teased. I'll admit it, before I knew this, I teased Starbuck. I would go and pretend to throw a ball for him, but not actually throw it. But knowing what I know now, that was a big mistake. I had no idea, but I was accidentally training Starbuck to be an attack dog. Dogs do not like being teased. They find it irritating and annoying. They don't get why you are doing it. They hate it so much that when training a dog to be an attack dog, a technique often done is to tease a dog to deliberately irritate and annoy them until they get angry and become aggressive. I was fortunate that my dog loved me and he was very tolerant of it, but now that I know that it is an attack dog technique, I will never do it again, and it would be very foolish to do that to a dog that you don't know. 4. Dogs hate hugs. Well, most do anyway. I'll clarify. Not all of them hate getting hugged, but a lot do, and they hide it very well. A group of dog psychologists in a study found that 81% of dogs being hugged by their owners showed signs of stress, and their owners were shocked. They genuinely thought that their dog liked being hugged, which I understand. When we hug, oxytocin is released and we humans bond. But remember, dogs are cursorial in nature. They like to be able to run away from danger. They don't want to have to fight or bite, which is why when you hug a dog, they usually don't get an oxytocin boost. Instead, it usually makes them feel trapped. However, cuddling is different. You can cuddle a dog without making them feel trapped. Letting your dog lie with you or on you can let them feel physically close to you, which will release oxytocin in them without restricting their ability to move. 5. Dogs hate random touching. Unless they really love you. If they do, they probably love your random touches. But they don't like random touches from strangers. Imagine for a moment meeting a random individual on the road and having them come up and touch you. You probably wouldn't like it. Yet if your child that you loved randomly cuddled you, you probably would like it. In the dog world, they aren't much different from us. If a dog loves you, they will probably like a random cuddle from you. But if they don't know you, they would probably prefer that you ask first. That is why when I took my dog to the dog park the other day and we met a group of French bulldogs, I knelt down and let them approach me and give consent before I touched them. 6. Dogs hate being touched while sleeping. When a dog is asleep, they are very cute. It can be very tempting to pat them. I know I am tempted when I look at Starbuck sleeping, but they don't like it. It can wake them up, and being woken up can be terrifying for a dog if you wake them up when they are in a deep sleep. When dogs lived in the wild as wolves, if they got woken up, it probably meant that they were in danger. If they didn't fight back immediately, it could be the difference between life and death. The instinct of fight is called the sleep startle instinct, and it can cause them to snap at you. And the truth is, it can be very hard to know what stage of sleep a dog is in. Touching them while they're sleeping is risky. It is best just to let sleeping dogs lie. 7. Dogs hate kisses. But again, I should clarify, some dogs do like kisses. Your dog might be an exception, which I'll explain shortly. But in the dog world, usually a kiss would normally be considered impolite. When a dog meets a new dog, they will approach them in a sideways arc. They don't meet head on like we do. Meeting head on would be confrontational. Yet when we kiss a dog, we usually do it head on and kiss their face. From the perspective of a dog, this can be very rude. But as I said, your dog might be an exception. Some dogs love kisses, but only from people that they love. Remember, dogs are very intelligent and understand human body language well. If they know that you are kissing them as an act of affection, they can come to like it because they love getting attention from you and they understand the true meaning behind it. 8. Dogs hate head pats. Starbuck is definitely not a fan of it. He'll duck away from a head pat, which is a very normal reaction. When a dog greets another dog, they will turn their head to the side. They find it very threatening to have something go over their head, which is why if you pat a dog, particularly a dog you don't know, remember that they prefer to be patted from the side. It is a good idea to teach children this too. For many children, their instinct is to pat a dog on the head. Teaching them to pat a dog from the side will help keep them from accidentally scaring a dog. 9. Dogs hate you touching their paws. If your dog will let you or even just tolerate you touching their paw, it is a big sign that they genuinely love you and trust you. And that is because dogs' paws contain a lot of nerves. These nerves can create that same ticklish sensation that we get if our feet get touched. That is why many dogs, including my dog Starbuck, will instinctively jerk their paws away when touched. Now, this can become a problem when you take your dog to a groomer. If your dog doesn't know them, they might not like them clipping their nails, and it can potentially make them aggressive. That is why Starbuck's trainer taught him to use a scratch pad. That way, even though he doesn't like his paws being touched, he can groom his own nails so that they don't have to be clipped. Isn't that such a clever idea? So then, does your dog tolerate any of these with you? Let us know in the comments. Starbuck and I really appreciate your support. We will see you in the next video.